Hello and welcome to today's show. We're going to be doing something very unusual today. We're going to take an opportunity to take a flight with the Blue Angels. That's right, they were visiting Great Falls a little while back and had the grand opportunity to go up as a media representative during Malmstrom Air Force Base's Big Sky Days. And so this is before the flight, and I have to admit it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking to get into the pilot seat, as Jeff Alexander is doing right now. Jeff is our representative from the news department, and we'll talk with Jeff when he gets back from his flight as well. But what I'll try to do is sort of give you a description of what happens while we're up in the air, and it all began with a pre-flight briefing, and it may very well have been a pre-flight briefing. Let's take a look.
All right, your main thing here is just to enjoy the brief. I'm here to brief you. I was number 7 crew chief. My job as the crew chief is I'm responsible for taking care of the airplane. The operating area is out. We never know who we're going to get, so there's no way the film crew can film it or anything like that. But he'll take you out there and he'll go through all the maneuvers and the way those fly.
So that's what a pre-flight briefing is all about. Now, Jeff Alexander is coming back from his flight right now.
How was that?
Incredible. Incredible. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
There is a little bit of nervousness on my part before going on to this flight, but by the same token, there's a lot of excitement. It just has that kind of a feeling to it. So we'll see how the flight goes. Stick around. We started with the takeoff, and oddly enough, most of the acceleration came as we were rolling down the runway. The wheels lifted up, and then there was a little bit of a kick, and then we come to the point where we make the straight turn going up about 8,000 feet. That is an incredible rush. You're pulling G-forces up around 4 Gs, and you feel your body compact as the plane starts to make its rise. Now, it gets up to about the 8,000-foot level. On the way up, you're watching Great Falls pass by on either side. Then it makes the turn and heads on out towards over the highwood. The maneuvers we pulled would be the up and over, and that in itself is an incredible feeling because you can see the ground coming down and around underneath and with you. Coming back, we looked over some of the territory, including the Missouri River, and then flew on back in, and we did what's called a carrier turn, and that's where the plane is making an approach to the runway, turns, banks a great deal, lets down its landing gear, and then comes in for the landing. Okay, we're back from the flight, and I can be absolutely honest with you. There are very, very few feelings in the world, in fact, almost nothing that compares to the flight of a Blue Angel. It's an incredible feeling, an incredible rush. It's almost indescribable. We did what's called an Immelman, which means the plane goes up, and it's sort of an uncompleted loop, and then it turns over. We did a couple of spins, which are certainly interesting. My feelings during all of this are feelings of incredible joy. Like I say, it's difficult to describe, but to be able to see everything from up there, it's like being in a high-performance car at that altitude. There's none of the feeling, oddly enough, of being at a carnival ride, which I've had it described as before. But for me, it did not feel like that. It felt very, very, very smooth. Now, there is a truth to the fact that you will feel a little bit queasy at some point during the course of the ride. I think it's inevitable because there's so much energy being put on your stomach and other areas going down and then back up. But level off, everything cleared up just fine. Coming back, we looked over some of the territory, including the Missouri River, and well, I'm sorry to have stumbled on so long about this, but thought I'd give you some idea of what it feels like to have flown with the Blue Angels, and we appreciate the opportunity to take a ride with them. And believe me, if you ever get the opportunity, I know it's rare, I hope that you'll take it. And that's it for this new news. We'll be back with more of our show after this.